Yo, what's good? Green Name Gang. Trying to get this in while I got an opportunity this morning. Let's get into this defensive film, Hank Brown versus the Auburn defense on ADay. Let's get straight to it, man. I got things I got to get accomplished today. So, gonna take the opportunity while I have it. All right, so four-man presented front on this one. This is not typical. So I realized when looking at this a lot, often they would have Williams, who again is no longer with the team, down in a defensive stance, hand in the grass, hand in the dirt, whatever you want to use. But he was down in the stance a lot as opposed to a standing rush end. But this is this is truly a 4-3, right? We got four down linemen, three presented linebackers, and then your four DBs. So really just the two outside corners and safeties here. Um, Actually, I think this is a DB right here. This looks like, I can't see his number. This looks like a Sensei, right? Like that doesn't that look like Eugene Sensei right there? Anyway, um, but let's just take a look at how this plays out, and we'll identify personnel here in a minute. This is the deep shot. Now, defensively, right? So we gushed over Cam and Hank yesterday, but let's talk about defensively why this is terrible, right? Um, so inside shade for the DB right here, who is Crawford. So when I don't like him playing up this close but not getting hands on, right? Like I think you've got to do something to get hands on Cam here if you're going to play this bump coverage right here. And he gets beat immediately with no safety help over the top. So a couple of things that I don't like about this. And again, we talked about this from the opposite side yesterday. I don't like him playing inside shade on his coverage when he doesn't have safety help. So if he's expecting safety help, right, if he's expecting this safety to rotate back here over the top, then your safety's wrong, right? Your safety's way too far up. Um, this safety is clearly in man coverage here versus this can't be a safety. It's clearly a safety. That's number 18. So who is that? Caleb Harris. So if he's expecting safety help over the top, then him playing outside shade makes more sense. But I don't like him playing outside shade when he's on an island right here. I prefer him be shaded inside so that he can jam any inside releases and have the sideline to help on any outside breaks, right? Especially when you're playing to the to the shallow end of the field right here, right? Like you have even less room that wide receiver can operate right here. You're already in the numbers. Playing head up, not terrible, but you got to get hands on right here with no safety help. You can't let him break inside. He's dead from the very beginning there. It's just not very good. I don't understand the technique or the decision there to not get hands on. So let's look at the rest of this stuff so we know what the outcome is over here. Let's take a look at how everybody else plays this, right? So again, J.C. Hart allowing the in breaking right here. I'm wondering safety here. What are we looking at, right? You're too occupied up here with some sort of run fake. You're looking at the run so intently here, trying to get downhill. You're letting two guys run free. So, I mean, this is the safety right here. He's nowhere near the play. So I don't understand what's happening right there. Who is that at safety? 5. That's Terrence Love. Terrence Love too occupied with the run fake there, in my opinion. Yeah, it's just not very good defense there. I don't know what happened on that play. All right. So here we come in this next situation here. So stand up in this time. Again, we have a situation where we're going to play this tight coverage up top. We're playing this super far off coverage right here. J.C. Hart, usually the guy doing that. This time he's going to get hands on him immediately. is the play where I didn't really understand the blocking assignment from the running backs. It's basically a gift to Brent Williams to give him a tackle for loss. I just don't understand how this was blocked at all. Good job right here. I think this is Amaris Williams. Look at him get inside of that block and cause some destruction there. I like what he did here to just kind of get inside and muddy things up on the front end of this. Or on the back end, I guess you could say, because the front end is the play side. So subtle but very good thing done here by watch Jason Jones here. Watch his pursuit angle. He's going down the line. Then once he realizes, okay, there's no cutback happening right here, watch him change his pursuit angle to get upfield to try to help make sure this doesn't become a longer play. So this is just a good job of understanding kind of what your responsibilities are right there. But yeah, I still think that's a missed block right there. All right, let's take a look at this one. This is Tyler Scott right here getting beat inside and then still gets beat outside somehow. I don't understand how that happens. I don't understand how, right? Like, so at the snap, you're playing outside shade to try to force this inside to your safety. Getting beat inside, not a big deal. This is a great move by Cam Coleman. I didn't highlight that enough yesterday. Good move by Cam Coleman to set this up and then stack him and then still beat him outside. Like, he got absolutely abused right here. Good grief. And I don't know, man. Terrence Love isn't seeming rangy enough for me here. But I don't know that. I mean, this is Tyler Scott's fault. If this is a touchdown, this is going to be on Tyler Scott. And Terrence Love is actually where he needs to be over the top. So let me take back that statement about his ranginess. Yeah, this is on Tyler Scott. He gets beat. The place you cannot get beat when you're bracketing coverage is to this deep corner, and he gets beat there, not forcing everything back inside. It's not very good coverage. It's a good pass rush here. Fighting over the top there. Maybe impacting that throw. I can't see the number there. I think it's 16, so that would be DeMarcus Riddick. Very relentless in the way he's coming around that edge to defeat that block. But yeah, I won't spend too much time critiquing Tyler Scott since he's in the portal now. All right. So this one is J.C. Hart, and again, not Tyler Scott, but Terrence Love this time. So J.C. Hart and Terrence Love. I'm still super confused by this route and the result that happens here. Not very much of a pass rush going on right here. The guy who you really want to be able to win in this scenario has got the one-on-one right there. He's doing a good job of walking him back, but that's a deep set. That's Jamison Travis right there. Yeah, I'm still confused as to what actually happened on that play. All right, so it looks like they're playing zone all the way across here. So, all right, when we're zoned up across this in this way, I'm thinking the missed responsibility happens here to be able to get out here to the flat. Like, I'm going to assume that this is your flat defender, hook curl, flat, right? So nobody's available to threaten in the flat right here. So he's going to sit on this route. He probably should widen out and let the linebacker get that, honestly. But nobody's working this flat right here. And I think your responsibility is to carry this route until it gets to a certain depth and then drive on anything underneath. All right, carry, then pass that off and drive. And he never passes off and drives. In fact, he turns his back completely there. I don't know who that is. We can see if we can get the number. It's either 10 or 15. Can't be 15. That'd be Keldrick Falk. I'll see it better up here. It's 18. It's Caleb Harris. Yeah, so I think one of these two guys is wrong here. I don't know if Hart is supposed to stay down here on the flat or if Caleb Harris is supposed to carry and then drive down to the flat. I mean, I guess it's possible they're playing man coverage on this side. And if that's the case, then one of these three people is wrong because the running back is to this side already, right? So this is Wesley Steiner. I don't know what he's trying to communicate, but it's not getting picked up by anybody. J.C. Hart's pointing down here. So he clearly, the communication error is happening here because he's pointing down here. He's pointing down here. I think he's telling Caleb Harris to drop down here, and he doesn't. So I think this is on Caleb Harris there of why this is so wide open. Another one of those quick cuts. Don't get a chance to really do anything there. We'll keep it moving. All right. Got two stand-up edge guys here. He's already in bail technique here. He's in bail technique here. Jamison Travis doing a good job of defeating the block right there. This play is made by Amaris Williams, though. Forcing this back inside. He forces this cut back inside. Again, I think the blocking responsibility is messed up here because you just left a guy wide open to come downhill. That's DJ Barber standing right here. Then you get the backside right there from Jamonte Waller, who's going to prevent any cutback, and then Jamison Travis defeats his block up front. So this is good run defense right here. Not great execution on the blocking. Again, I think somebody's supposed to come up here. Maybe it's this guy who's supposed to come get Barber. And that's who looks like he's reaching to try to go get him. Good job to stack and shed right here by Jamison Travis. And get here and get to the ball carrier. That's good. Again, this very off coverage right here. They're coming with this blitz, though. Despite the blitz doesn't really get home. It's good pickup for the offense there. And this is good recovery here from J.C. Hart, right? So talk about you can't really see it to the bottom of the screen, but Hart was beat on this play, right? You can see it. Maybe, no, you still can't. Okay, there we go. He's beat, right? A throw that's deeper on this, and, Jay Fair can keep running away from him. He has to slow down to try to come back to this, and Hart is able to catch up with him. That's good speed from Hart on the recovery, and he's lengthy, so he's able to get into the vision there. So that's just good recovery there from J.C. Hart. Quarterback kind of threw him back into the play. He took advantage of that. Doesn't get his head around, but does a good job of kind of face guarding here without interfering. So good job there. That wouldn't have been a penalty on any day. So good job by J.C. Hart of being able to get back into that play. His speed and his length allows him to do that sort of stuff. Again, I don't know why this random Walker White one is in here. That's just my bad on editing the film. We'll get past that and get to this next one. Nothing to really critique right here. This is just a bad snap. Bringing the blitz that gets home. Let's talk about what happens on this play because the offensive line got absolutely destroyed here. All right, so they have the 3 down, and they're bringing the 2 linebackers from here. And this one comes completely unblocked, and this guy defeats his block. So you got 2 defenders right in the face of the quarterback immediately. This is a well-timed and well-designed blitz. I mean, this is straight-up abuse right here. Again, we looked at this yesterday. That's Clay Wheaton getting destroyed. Who is that he against number 10, who is Amaris Williams. Hey, listen, man. Amaris Williams is flashing quite a bit out here. You see his name and number going to get called a lot in these scenarios. Look at him defeat the block almost immediately. And then you get the cleanup there from Malik Blockton. Going against the double team initially down here. Malik Blockton then gets back and gets to the quarterback there. It's a good job. I'm assuming they call this hold on Clay Wheaton right here. See, this is the danger, not danger, but this is the what you're giving up pretty routinely with that off coverage to this side. I mean, it's a long throw, but you're giving so much cushion. You're basically just saying, hey, if you got a quarterback that's got a strong enough arm, here's a first down. So I got to do something, I think, to figure out how to play good defense in that scenario without giving so much cushion up. We come with this safety blitz and this wraparound. This is a heck of a throw, man. But 42 is the linebacker, Coleman Granberry. Coleman didn't have a prayer. So they're dropping off Jamonte Waller from the opposite side. Number 3 is Laquan Robinson. Where did J.C. Hart come from? How did he get involved in this? Okay, I think that's Hart right there guarding in the slot. And he turns and runs. Golly, I hate that camera work right there. These are going to be really tough to look at defensively. Did that look like a false start? I didn't look at that yesterday. Did he get a little bit of an early start right here? But man, look at the Jamonte Waller just get around this edge and get downhill to Waller and Amaris Williams, man. It's just like every other play, one of those dudes is out here making stuff happen. Look at this is Williams on the front. Get up here, stack and shed. Who is that? Evan Richards? Oh yeah, Evan. You got abused there, my boy. Get into him, get rid of him, get up here and make the play. I don't know what Evan was thinking about right here. He didn't maintain this block at all. He might as well have been a tackling dummy out there. Y'all could have put a cone out there and got better blocking on that play. All these plays from this angle are awful to be able to tell what's happening downfield. All right, who is this? 47. It's Malik Blockton. Watch Malik Blockton handle this guy right here, 76, who is Clay Wheaton. Clay Wheaton, man. You're getting tossed around a little bit today, buddy. Drive him, discard him, get to the quarterback. Throw him out of the way. Malik Blockton, big boy football. True freshman versus redshirt freshman, boy. Gotta like that. Got to like that. I don't know if old Clay, I don't know if he gonna make it, boy. He's getting abused out here. That was the last play. Went through that super fast. Oh, my goodness. It's so hard to see some of this stuff on the defense from these angles down there towards the end. Defensively, overall, this was probably the worst defensive period from a couple of different standpoints. I think that goes to kind of show where this depth is along the offensive line. It's not quite there because the defensive line depth is definitely there. It's more consistent where the defensive line play is. Offensive line play drops off significantly after that first and second team. So there's some stuff that needs to happen there. There's a lot of guards on this team, but they're out here getting pushed around pretty heavily. Defensive backfield's got some depth there. Didn't dislike a lot of what I saw there. I hated this first play. I don't really know what Crawford was doing here. Saw some good things from J.C. Hart. Terrence Love seemed like he was in position pretty much. Caleb Harris out of position a couple of times, so got to work on that a little bit. But overall, not too bad. Again, it's a little bit tougher to look at the defensive film on this kind of stuff because of the camera angles that were presented down there towards the ends, which made me speed through that a little bit more. But that's it, man. I wanted to get this one out of the way quickly while I had the time this morning. Hopefully everybody's day is going well. I will be back at you guys with more film. If you didn't see on Twitter, I asked a question about what y'all wanted to see next because I knew I was coming towards the end of this. I still have Walker White left to do, but once we're done with Walker White, what film do you guys want to see next? If you're on Twitter, I think that poll might still be up. Go out there and vote on that. Right now, hands down, people want to see DJ Durkin's defense, and I have some defensive film from Texas A&M, so I'll start trying to get that prepped and ready for you guys coming up week after next. But until then, man, I'll holler at y'all later. War Eagle.